With this tiny lick, you'll sound like B.B. King in less than 10 minutes. Don't believe me? Watch this. Hey, I'm Eddie with Guitar Mastery Method, and let's get straight into learning this lick. So this is obviously a blues lick, and we're in the key of A, and this lick uses what's called the BB box, which is the third position minor pentatonic scale. So you know how in the key of A, we have the A minor pentatonic scale, right? In first position, the very popular one. Right, so this is gonna be the third position, which is, if that's the first position, second position is right here, third position starts right here, and this is what it looks like. So that's the scale we're going to be occupying for pretty much most of this lick. So the lick starts with 10th fret on the B string, and we pick it twice, right? Then with our third finger, or our pinky, but you can get away with your third finger for this one. On the 13th fret of the B string, we're going to do a full step bend. So we're bending up from the pitch of this note, the 13th fret on the B string, to this note, the 15th fret. So once we reach that note, give it a little vibrato, a little shake of the neck there. All right, and then we're gonna catch the 10th fret on the high E string, and then we're gonna do a pull off from 12, starting with our third finger on 12th fret to 11th fret to 10th fret. So we have 10th fret on high E, and then 12 with our third finger, and then we pull off chromatically to 10. All right, then we're gonna go 13 on B string, and then 10th fret on the B string. So, all right, so far we have, all right, then we're gonna do another full step bend on the 13th fret of the B string, but we do it pretty quick. And then what we'll do is we'll bend it up and then choke it by muting it with the palm of our right hand. Once we reach up there, then we mute it, and then we land on the 10th fret of the B string, and we give it a little BB vibrato, that butterfly vibrato he would do, where he would kind of move his finger kind of almost like in an arc movement and kind of fan out these fingers. All right, so far we have. All right, we're almost done. Then we're gonna do 12th fret on the G string with our third finger, and then 10th fret on the B string with our first finger. And then 11th fret, we're gonna slide into it with our second finger on the G string. And then slide out for a nice little effect. So you can slide, like I'll slide in just like a fret below, but then slide out kind of further down the neck. So it's subtle, but it's a really, really effective, really pretty sounding movement. So then after that, we're gonna be doing the quintessential BB thing where we play the root note, right, but on a higher octave. So 17th fret of the high E string, and what I like to do is I'll fret it with my pinky, but I'll use these fingers to mute the other strings, and I'll rake into it. So it's not just hitting the high E string and sliding out, I'm actually raking it. So I'm raking the strings above, like starting on like the D string, and then hitting the high E string and then sliding down. So that way you can really be dramatic with how you pick it, you know? And you don't have to worry about hitting, you know, strings you don't want to hear. So far, what we've gone over the whole lick, it goes like this. And the cool thing about this lick is you can really move around the timing of it. So I'm gonna pull up a backing track and just play this lick in different places and different timings, so you don't have to adhere to one specific placement where you can put this lick. Pretty much works anywhere you put it, especially over a slow blues. So there I was just messing around with finding different placements to put that lick. Was also spacing it out a little bit, letting the notes breathe. Of course, BB was the king of letting the notes breathe. He was the king in all kinds of ways. But I mean, the way he would just play a lick like that was just find certain places to throw in those notes. So you don't have to really play it in a linear kind of beat. So you can space out the notes going like, you know, you can hold that vibrato as long as you want, right? And then whenever you feel like it, maybe when the chord changes on the backing track, you can go. It's almost like breaking up this one lick into a bunch of even tinier licks, right? So you can do that. And then let it breathe for a second and then hit them with that root note, you know? Or you can do it fast if you want to, like in succession. You know, but I love that. You know, you gotta mute those strings and rake the note in order to hit it and really get that nice dramatic effect, right? But the slower the better, really, you know? With a lick like this, like I said, you can treat every piece of it like it's its own lick. You know, if you have a beat going in your head or if you're playing to a backing track, I mean, sky's the limit, baby. And breaking up this lick into tinier licks is a good way to not only grasp it, you know, kind of going one chunk at a time, but it's a way you can kind of diversify, break it up, and use them in all kinds of different places. So if you already have an arsenal of pentatonic licks, especially over slow blues, you can pull something like that out, and I mean, it'll just sound very BB King. So, like, you can take the first part of it, like it's its own lick, right? Sometimes that's all you need to say. And then this next part is a second lick. And then this next part is a third lick. And then as a fourth lick, just with the hit 'em. And also remember, this is based in the BB box, right, that we're calling it, the third position minor pentatonic scale. Right, except for that last part. You know, but you can find all kinds of different licks in that area. You know, BB lived there, and he created so many iconic sounds, you know, with his guitar, with just this pentatonic scale alone. And one last thing worth noting is, you know, with the last part of the lick, we hit that root note, right? That high octave A note. You know, we're actually also hitting A on the 10th fret of the B string. So that's a good note to just kind of land on or hang on, right? If you're playing in the key of A, you can pretty much bet that if you're playing a lick around this note, and let's say you land there, then you pretty much landed in the right place, and there's no way it could possibly sound bad because you're technically playing the root note. And just like that, in less than 10 minutes, you learn how to play a lick to make you sound like the man himself, Mr. BB King, rest in peace. And if there's any point during the 10 minutes when I was going over the lick, if you need a refresher on it, just rewind the video and rewatch it as many times as it takes till you get it down. And me showing you this lick is just one example of many ways that you can start playing just like your favorite blues guitar heroes. And that's why I'm about to give you something that's going to kick it up a notch. A free blues solo heat map. This has helped thousands of guitar players learn how to play red hot blues solos all over the fretboard. So be sure to click right here to claim your copy or check the link in the description box. And if you enjoyed this lesson, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the bell notification. And also check out some of our other lessons on blues soloing right here. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm Eddie with Guitar Mastery Method, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.